listen to her whine about this dude. And then there was this last 2 times I took her, like I really didn't give a shit. I was just like, whatever, man. And she told me like a year later, we had a class later in high school. She was like, man, I wanted you to take me in the back seat and just ravage me the way you was acting. I didn't give a shit. I was like, what are you talking about? And that gave me that whole perspective. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, the 2 times I didn't give a fuck about what she was talking about. Didn't care about her emotions. None of that shit. Was clowning her. She wanted me to hit. I was like, this is crazy, man. And I just started doing like experiments with like lesser like 4s and 5s, you know what I'm saying?
So you know, man, we just went on live, man. I was trying to tell you 20 seconds. We're live. Everyone just heard that shit. Hey, it's cool. I don't care. Cool. It is what it is. Like, hey. Everyone's like, what did we just step into? I like to start off like that. I like to just go in the mid-conversation, and people are just like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like,
yeah, I got to figure that shit
out. All right, y'all. We're here, man. Let me get everything situated first. First and foremost, your host, Dante's here. What's up, y'all? I got Alpha Monk here. What's going on, brother? Let me just get everything situated here, and then I'll probably set up stuff for fucking Instagram. But yeah, man. Yo, I tried to go on what's it called? On TikTok. I don't know how to go live on TikTok. I gotta figure that out. Yeah, I mean,
you can go live on TikTok, right? You can go live.
Yeah, from out here you can. But let me.
Interesting.
Let me try to fix this. Hold on. All right. So yeah, you can go live on TikTok, and I'm still trying to figure out how to work that. But what's up, God? What's going on, peoples? We are here. We are live now. Finally. Oh, now this man shows up. Hold on. Donnie's just popped in.
Right on.
D Nice. His name is D Nice now. He's calling himself D Nice.
Nice. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, we already live, man. So yeah, we live. You just stepped in.
My bad. I just came from the gym. I needed a shower because I couldn't look all greasy. So I was like, you know what? Let me fix up real quick.
You're good, man. Yeah, we.
What happened? Markel gave you all the stiff arm again?
Huh?
Markel gave you all the stiff arm again?
No. He said he had to do something with family or something. I guess he had to take a trip to Honduras or something. Shit. Nah, I'm just playing.
What? That guy said Honduras.
You know, he got family out there. I don't know.
That's fun.
But yeah, I decided to go on my personal to see how that goes. I'm on my personal live. So it's on Instagram. Yeah, I'm everywhere now.
I was thinking of going with Blue Pill, but I was like, you know what? I'll just go with D Nice.
No, don't
D Nice?
Don't do Blue Pill.
Matrix style, red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, you don't want to do Blue Pill though. Yeah, those are the simps. You don't want to do Blue Pill.
Oh, bro, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Simps are Blue Pills. You don't want to do that.
Oh, he said Blue Pill. Well,
yeah, y'all gotta school me on this stuff because I don't know none of this.
I mean, Alpha Monk could tell you. He knows.
I'll give you a definition.
Yeah, break it down to him. Let's break it down to him. What's the terms that he knows? But
let's
not
get real.
All right, let's go to the urban.
He's an Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, it's only one actually.
Urban Dictionary is accurate. All right. So yeah, man. So topic episode is gonna be trust issues and insecurities. So y'all know, yeah. So that's what we talk about today, guys. If y'all just tapping in, appreciate y'all coming on. But yeah, man, it's I know we talked about insecurities before, and that episode sucked. I hated that episode. I was like, I'm sorry, man. It got all like everyone got sensitive. And we started talking about sensitive shit.
I mean, it's a sensitive topic, man. If you get enough people in, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, people were just getting all kinds of googly eyed and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was
What are you
it
talking
was an
about, man?
episode I personally like, next to committophobia. That was another one I didn't want to talk about. Commitments and shit. But
Are you a committophobe, Dante?
I don't know what it is. What's a committophobe?
Somebody who don't want to commit?
I mean, phobia is a fear.
A fear, but I don't have a fear of it though.
Yeah, so you're just not interested in it. You're indifferent.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah,
Like I really like going through it.
The general idea is red pill is taking the truth of something, and blue pill is kind of like, not really taking it for what it is. So if you're going for dating, like, you have to understand the truths and what women really look for, and like how to react and act towards them in an honest way, like no bullshit. Don't manipulate. You don't have to play games and tell them what they need to hear in order to get what you want from them. You understand. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get it that women are the way they are, and you just got to work around that. You got to understand how to be more strategic instead of whining about it and then trying to manipulate your way into the sheets. You know what I'm saying?
So blue pill is kind of like a nice guy versus a good guy.
Yeah, it's like a manipulator.
Got
He's the white knight. He'll be the one in the comments like, "You guys are assholes. These women are beautiful. They can dance and they can do everything." And on TikTok, it's okay. It's like, whatever, dog, shut up. And, he'd be the first one.
Fuck those guys.
They're the ones that are always in the friend zone. Shaking the gate, waiting for that little gate to open up just a little bit. Those are the blue pills.
All right.
Who is this guy? He said, "Who is this guy?" What's up? Oogie Boogie. What up, bro? Thanks for topping in onto the Twitch. Before we start episode, I gotta do this.
Hey.
Come on, y'all. What up? I know that was kind of low, wasn't it? Was it low?
Yeah, it was. It's usually louder than that.
There we go. Now we're here. We started it, y'all. We're in it.
That take me back to old school days back in junior high when I used to hear the radio playing. They used to do that for I forgot what station it was.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, almost everybody, every one of them.
Almost everybody.
There we go.
That shit, yeah.
That's the bell to start the episode. So this is gonna be trust issues and insecurities, guys. All right.
First shit.
Who's first?
Yeah, I'll go.
I mean, let's go. Before I do it, man, I gotta take my shop.
Wait,
tradition.
So, Dante, don't you gotta like to ask a question about the trust issue stuff?
I know, right? It's just
I'm like, you telling us to go. What's going on here?
I mean, I guess I can start questions off, huh? I should, huh? My bad.
Like, what do you mean by trust and insecurity?
I mean, okay. I always want to break it down to this, man, because I've dealt with this. We're in our 30s, right? We're all kind of in our 30s, right? Yeah, we're 30s. And we have certain experiences of our past, right? And we have something called baggage, right? Now, is that the question? What I would ask is it a trust issue or is it insecurity the person has, or is it both? Throughout you guys' time of dating women, was it just their insecurity of it? Because there's a lot of insecurities going on. There's a lot of trust issues. I think they're two different things, right? So break it down to that. Are they similar? Are they different? I got a question.
I don't think they're mutually exclusive because if you break a trust in a certain area, it will create an insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
So they are connected in a way. So I think you can't have one without the other. I mean, you can get over it. Obviously, you can learn something from it, which you should do. But
I feel like
I've learned.
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead. I've learned through on mine, and they've created insecurities in the past, but you work through them, and then you just keep moving. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was going to touch on. It's like I feel like most of the time, the insecurities and trust issues are brought into the relationship before there's any real connection. And when I say connection, I mean like relationship. Like you're dating, it's all good, and the relationship part comes in. That's when, I have trust issues, I have this, I have that.
Yeah. I mean, don't we? Go ahead.
No, because I would say insecurities first, right? I think so because when you put up everybody puts up a facade for an
Yeah.
amount of time, like a month, or some people can do it for like 3 months, almost a year sometimes, depending on how much manipulation, how manipulative they are. But I think what I've seen through my experience is that insecurities start to occur once they let their guard down. You can start, because once people let their guard down, usually the girl will go first if the guy's dominant in the relationship, and she will start to share with him, secrets and things that happened to her in her past, things she's ashamed of, because she trusts him and she's fallen in love with him.
Right.
And once he knows these things, she knows he knows these things. So now she would start to feel, and this goes both ways. I'm just using a female as an example, but now she'll start to feel that a spotlight's on her. So if any of her insecurities from that story start to arise, and he already knows about that story, she's going to be more anxious and probably more attentive to what he's doing, or how he's reacting to certain things, and that can cause a mistrust. Like, she can say her last boyfriend slept with her sister or something. And every time her sister's around, she gets like, if her sister looks cute to her that day, she starts to get a little anxious and nervous, like, oh shit, is he paying attention to her more? And then if he catches that, then it's like, fuck. And then if he does something nicer, it can cause a argument or something like that later on. And boom, then, it compounds from there. It's like a snowball effect.
I mean, doesn't it kind of fall on us as partners to know those triggers and insecurities so we don't press them, though?
Definitely, I think so.
So like with the trust issues and the insecurities, I feel like has to be a certain area of like, before it's like, okay, this is more than I can handle, or okay, so this is what you got, this is what I got, all right, let's work on this.
That's how it should work. But
yeah,
it doesn't definitely work like that, just because I think one of the biggest issues with the relationships nowadays that I've seen is that people only get into them either because they're lonely, which is a really bad reason, or they're looking for someone to fill up some form of hole, void within them, are financial or living reasons. And it, that's for, but and you can't really get into anything like that, because I mean, J.R. Krishnamurti said it once. He was like, real love, to love is to give love and never expect for anything back.
Yeah.
Now, if you can find two people who actually do that, then you have a couple that live.
You better hold on to that.
That's like they're not going anywhere else. But it's always one or the other. Somebody's either giving too much or somebody's taking too much, and you can never have that true balance of trying to actually push and pull each other forward. So
we got some comments on the YouTube too, man. I have someone who popped in. Remember, man, most women don't care about your struggles. They just hang out at the finish line and pick the winners. That's what he said in the comments. I was like, ooh, facts, right? This man,
I don't know about facts, but
I mean,
all right.
For most,
I wouldn't say most, because we haven't dated most, but it's being seen a lot. It's being seen a lot, but then you have to take account of, like, it's like statistics. Like, they'll say this amount, but it's like you haven't really asked everybody. You know what I'm saying? You only asked a group of people, and you got the number out of those group of people. Now, I watch TikTok, I see videos on YouTube, and a lot of people are saying that, but through my experience, I have not seen that. I have not seen that in my own dating experience. I have not run across that. I have not run across gold diggers, any of that like type behavior that I'm seeing nowadays. But it all depends on who you are as a person too. Like, because you attract who you are. You attract the energy that you're putting out. It's a known fact.
Exactly.
So it's like, if you're attracting a gold digger, there's something about you that you're doing that's attracting them. Do you actually have the money that she's searching, or are you just fronting, or you're posing? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people can afford a Lamborghini, kind
Mhm.
of. They can afford the monthly payments, but they still living at home. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So they can roll around that and pay their whole half the check to pay
Who?
that gas.
Wait,
But
hold on. Who do you know that's got like a Lamborghini still living at
man,
home?
there's well, not a Lamborghini, but there's a cat
Mine.
living up
Say
the
what?
street. Yeah, there's a cat living up the street from me, has an R8, but he lived with his mom.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's
bro,
like,
what?
you know what I'm saying? His mom works too. So it's like you did everything to get that car, but
Mm.
you're still stuck at home. You're not
Oh,
really,
okay.
you're not thinking priorities. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I met women who will wait to find a winner at the finish
Mm.
line, which is a smart move in through their perspective. That if I was a chick, that'd be a
Oh.
smart move. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Okay.
want to get a dude who's struggling because
Yeah.
you got to get somebody who's a
So-
winner, but
So
you have to be a winner yourself. You have to bring some shit to the table. Too.
yes. So not to time in too, man. We have a woman actually on here. She actually is a practicing attorney. That's the one that's commenting. That's the one who commented. I didn't know it was a woman. She said, for a large percentage of women, marriage is like landing a dream job. And a couple years later, demanding half of ownership in the business that hired you. Practicing
Damn.
law, I've learned modern women want the power and benefits of a man, their privilege and entitlement of a woman, and responsibility and accountability of a child. Why do people, she's 24, come at you when you stop giving them attention? Wait, a recent
Wait, what?
Brookings Institute poll shows women initiate 84% of divorce. Let that sink in.
Mhm.
By the way, I'm a woman and practicing attorney.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dante, you
yeah,
cutting
I
out a
read
little bit,
that,
my
yeah.
guy.
Did I cut out?
Yeah, you're cutting out just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. You good now. But yeah, I read that too. Is 80 something percent of women are the ones who file for divorce. And then what is it, like 40 something percent divorce rate is high. And
Sorry. So, what was the question exactly?
It wasn't a question. It was just a comment.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I
was,
guess you're just commenting.
yeah, it was just
Yeah,
commenting.
it was
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
comment. It's accurate too. Very accurate too, especially
Yeah.
nowadays. And I
It
was
is.
talking to I work with an older lady and she's married. She's been married for a while. And we talk about that. I try to get her perspective because she's in her late 40s now. And a lot of the things she says is true, is that, women they don't go into marriages looking for strong families anymore. They go into marriages looking for money, financial. And it all comes down to people are more interested in material things nowadays than they are in substance of life. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Experience.
brown culture? Hell yeah. It's all about
It's like
substance.
it's crazy, man. And psychologically, men are interested in things, right? That's why we go into engineering jobs and we like to find solutions. And women are interested in people. You know what I'm saying? So they go into more care jobs and medical fields and stuff of that nature. And when those two start to merge and they start to swap places, you start to get a civilization in decay.
Yeah.
And you can look at that in the history. When the gender roles started to merge and swap, the civilization started to decay. And you can see a little bit of that starting right now. And I think a lot of the times people are getting into relationships for material reasons. That's because none of the women, all the women who say, I want those 3 6s. If that's all you're putting out there, that you can probably get that, but he's gonna beat your ass, or he'll probably be possessive,
yeah.
or he might have a lot of money, but he might not give you nothing.
Yeah.
You still might have to work, or he might be really possessive over you because he's buying you shit. So you're asking for all these material things, but you're not really asking for things that actually mean something that can last longer.
That's
Is
crazy.
he caring? Does he love children? Is he good to his mother? Does
Yeah.
a man know how to work with his hands? You know what I'm saying? Is he good at building? If the fucking economic crash, can he still find a job? If he lost all his money, could he still get up and keep working? Or would he crash and start crying or kill you and the family? These things they need to start to look at instead of if he's 6 foot and he has 6 figures and he has 6 abs.
Six abs.
Why does that even fucking all right, you know what I'm saying? 6 pack. Yeah, that
I was
doesn't
like,
even fucking matter, man.
Same
you know
thing.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
To even
But
See, I definitely want to put this person on. She's commenting a lot. She's that lawyer that takes. Oh, go ahead.
what you said, Alpha Monk. The one thing I say this a lot, I feel like a lot of people just want to be in relationships, but they don't want to put the work in. They just want that title.
yeah, it's like a trend nowadays.
Yeah.
They just because they're so anxious to put it out there on social media. That's the main thing. They want it to be seen. They want it to be, I want people to know that I'm in a relationship and I'm happy that this is great. And now we can do stuff together. It's so much fun. I get all these views. I get all this attention.
Yeah.
That's all it's about. It's not about
And then when
substance.
shit
It's not about
hits the fan, it's
a
done.
relationship. Yeah. Just like you were saying earlier, if two people can work with each other and work on insecurities and build each other and try to become great with each other, yeah, that's beautiful. But it's almost becoming a fucking fairy tale nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like our
the sad
grandparents were the last people who kind of really fought it out. And they had it a lot worse. Women 40, 50 years ago had it a lot worse, and they were sticking through marriages than women nowadays. So it's like,
that's
you
crazy.
cut your hair or shave your beard off, and she can go cheat on something.
Well, I mean,
So it's like,
according to this lawyer, she says like most of these divorces all favor women. The most of family law does favor women in a sense. She says, I would advise young men to not marry, men to marry. Okay, she would not advise young men to marry these days. Not getting married in your 20s and 30s is like missing out on buying the last ticket for the Titanic. Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what I said. That's what I said last time. I don't want to get married. Screw that. Like, you don't need to. If you're in love, it's like, fuck it.
And I mean, for me, it's like, I feel like the definition of marriage has just completely been destroyed from what it was. Like that companionship, that love, that all of that. It's just
it's honestly it's going back to it's a vicious cycle. It's going back to what the origins of this was. It was a contract. It was getting rid of your daughter and making sure she's going to another family that you can connect to and you can build together. That's pretty much what it was. Contract.
Man, that was brown culture 101 right there.
Yeah, nothing to do with love or nothing. I have a daughter. She's beautiful. You have a son. He's growing up. He's great. He's gonna inherit this. There you go. Now we're family. We're all family. We're connected. Have some kids. Let's do this. That's how. And now it's turning around to kind of the same thing. You got money. Let's do this. Make a company together. I don't love you no more. I'm taking half your shit. Let's go. So
that's crazy.
Pretty much it.
Yeah, I gotta.
Or they just stay in it to get the money, and then they go sleep around.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I got to put on his episode. She's speaking some facts on here. I mean, not fact, but she's saying some things. She's saying some like legitimate reasons. I mean, we got to have like a guy in the back who's checking backgrounds on all these percentages because we can't just say numbers out of nowhere without any.
Yeah, you need a Jamie, bro. You need Jamie.
Yeah. I keep telling you. If y'all know somebody who's a Jamie, we need somebody here. Like, damn.
Yeah, right.
I mean, honestly, Dante, even if you do get somebody like that, there's going to be people that's still going to argue those facts.
Of course.
Always.
At least we like give them an understanding like, hey, we're doing the research. You can do your own. But it's us, what I mean, digging into it. She said, if you have a girlfriend, your friends will ask, what is she like? If a woman has a new guy, her friends will ask, what does he do?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Whoa, shit. Another comment on Grant. My grandparents were married for 50 years, but best believe there was a lot of infidelity that was looked over because that's what you were supposed to do. But my parents been going strong 35 years.
That's another thing, too. Back in the day, people cheated. They stuck it out. They worked it out.
Yeah, they did.
They said they made a mistake. Let's work on it. Now it's just like first mistake, you out the door.
Well, back in the day, it was more men cheating in marriages than women. I mean, women were still doing it, no doubt. But back in the day, it was more men. And I think they had more of an understanding that it was just about sex.
Back then things weren't really fully equal. I mean, back in if you go back to like Game of Thrones, like how motherfuckers were out there just hoeing it up with 3 different wives. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I'm talking about like our grandparents' time, the 40s and 50s and shit. Like, it's still women still didn't have that as much rights. If they slept around, they would get shamed and all that kind of shit. But the husbands would run out and sleep with like the secretary and come back, and there'd be a big huge fight, and they go to therapy and they work it out. Shit like that. But
that's crazy.
It's like, because when you're asking a man to be monogamous, then you as a woman should be able to uphold all his sexual desires from then on. If you can't do that, then you should allow him to have mistresses for those reasons. And they're only sex because that's how men are. That's how we're created. We can have sex without connection of emotions. Easy for us.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. It's true.
We do it all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if a woman could actually understand that and wrap her mind around that, without being possessive, then I think she would have a pretty good
She
marriage
says
life. Because
we got a comment says still not okay though.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
yeah,
Alpha Monk, you gotta be the red pill today, man. You gotta be the asshole today, man.
it is what it is. I mean, the truth is harsh, man. It sucks. It is like either that or just start giving it up when he desires it.
Nah, you're right.
Like
You're
I
right.
mean, fuck. I mean, shit. Even if you have to just lay there, just do it. Shit.
I mean,
But it's all on the men too. Like, please her too. I mean,
yeah.
man, it's like because I've had girlfriends. It's like, my last boyfriend, like he always wanted it, and I asked him, I was like, was it any good? And it was like, it was sometimes it was okay, and it was like, okay, that's why they didn't want it. And I was like, but if you give it to them, if they're getting an orgasm or 2 or 3 every single time, they're gonna they're gonna want it because they know they're gonna get pleasure out of it. So it's like, there you go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just gotta please the fuck out of them, and that's easy. That's really easy. You funnel around their body, you explore their fucking body the first time, you find out where all their spots are. You know what I'm saying? It's tons of information for any young guy on the net. I sound like an old dude on the net.
You are old dude. It's okay. We all can admit it.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on now.
Old shit. Nah,
Watch the old comments there.
Yeah. Like it's yeah. I don't know, man. To me, to be honest, me personally, my perspective on it is a relationship doesn't seem complicated if you're good at listening and you're good at communication and you're honest. And what's the other one?
Submissive.
You respect and you have trust.
Man, those
if you
things
have
are
those things, man, like if you have all those things solid down, then there's no problem that you and that girl or you and that guy could handle it. It could get over. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts with you anyway. So it's like,
but I mean, asking for those things now feel like you're asking for a 65-yard field goal or something like that.
That's why last time I was on, that's why I said I don't look for an outcome in any relationship anymore. I just go for the experience because I want to be surprised that I might fall in love with this girl. She might be the right one. I want to be surprised by that. I don't want to go in and being like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, a roadmap to what I'm looking for, because you keep doing that, you're gonna be looking for, lost treasure of Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're never gonna find that fucking shit. So if you go into every relationship with just, I want to experience this and have fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking game. I want to go into it and experience and have some fun. And if, you know what I'm saying? Because if you do that with that perspective and that mentality, you'll take things more lightly. You won't take things so seriously. So you won't be looking for things to trigger your own insecurities. You know what I'm saying? So if you have trust issues, and then you go into it like, okay, I like this girl, man. She might be the one. I'm gonna have to lock her down. I got to make sure she's this and this, that. You putting way too much pressure on yourself, on this lady, and that's going to cause so many fucking problems. So when you see her talking to her friend who's a guy at work, you're going to start getting jealous of shit because you've locked that shit down. But on the flip side, you start seeing it as just an experience and you're having fucking fun. She's beautiful. And that would be nice if we went the stretch. But I'm not going to worry about that. It's a maybe. I'm going to stay in the middle and say maybe. And then if lying down the train, she, 4 months later, she tells me she's in love with me. Shit. Well, baby, I'm not there yet, but that doesn't mean I can't get there. I'm still a maybe.
But that's still the problem too.
How's that a problem? If you explain, you communicate from the beginning on and let her know, she's going to understand. It's only when you come out of the blue and be like, well, I'm not in love with you yet. That's when they freak out. But if they understand through those months of who you are as a person, and who you are as a person, you explain yourself. That's what I'm saying. If you communicate well with who you are as a person, then they'll understand that. And she'll be like, okay, well, that's something anticipated. And because what she'll experience is your lightheartedness and you aren't trying to buckle her down. And women want what they can't have. So if she can't have that love, if you're still holding that, and I'm not saying doing that manipulative, just being honest with yourself. You're not in love with her yet because you're going through an experience. And men start to fall in love and start to commit when they see the woman has character and they see that she can be supportive and that she's submissive in some areas, she's independent in some areas, She's strong in some areas, but in all areas, she still has your back.
Yeah.
She has trust in you. She respects you. She's not some sleaze. She's not going to run off, and she'll work with you. When men see that, then they're like, well, fuck that. Then I can lock it down. So, all my young guys out there and old guys too, is just like, don't put anything in cement when you meet this girl. Go just see it as an experience. Just see it as a fun experience. Have a great time, because she's gonna fall for that even more, because you're having a great time. You're this fun guy who's not serious at all unless it calls for it, unless it's warranted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, that's a better way of going about it. And it's the same with like marriage. It's like, you explain to her how you are, and then once you explain your idea of marriage, like, I don't want to go to the courts. We can have a ceremony with our family, but it's more of a spiritual bond, because I think courts is retarded. I don't think this, that, however you feel about it. And she'll know you through all that, and she'll understand, and she'll go with that.
So,
and if she's the right woman, she won't worry about taking half of your shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I will find the right one. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
No, you good. So I can argue, if you guys are going to argue this one, there was a comment that said, modern women think of marriage as a wedding day, not as a lifetime commitment to their man. If we're talking about marriage.
Yeah.
What do you guys?
Sorry,
say that again. Like 30 years, bro.
So modern women think of marriage as a wedding day, not as a lifetime commitment to their man.
Well.
Yeah.
So
maybe because the attention's on them for that one day, and then after that, it's just kind of
Disagree? You guys agree or disagree? I mean, I don't know.
I agree. I mean, it's been conditioned throughout their whole childhood.
Yeah.
And they've been invited to weddings, and they see how glorious it is. So their mind's fixed
they
on
want
the
that.
wedding.
Yeah. Especially when
just
you
like
got
now, how they're just fixated on certain things and not the right things. They're only fixated on the things that other people can see, because, like I said earlier, psychologically, they're into people. So what do we have right now in our generation that's so big? Social media. So if you have a species that is directly biologically, psychologically into people, and you have this thing that can get them to numerous people, that's going to cause all kinds of addictions, which we're seeing. TikTok, Instagram, all these things, all these addictions of attention, right? Mm-hmm. And so you add marriage into that, which it's always kind of been like that. Just the relationships were different. Relationships a little bit stronger back then, but women really cared about that day. They didn't care about the day after, but they cared about that day. And nowadays it's the same shit, but women are just going into relationships for more materialistic shit. And once that day is over, they're like, shit, I gotta live with this motherfucker, and all this shit's starting to happen. I don't know how to handle it because I don't really know myself yet. And this dude don't really know himself, and he just lost his fucking job. And my girlfriend, she's in fucking Aruba right now. I want to be in a fucking Aruba, and I gotta pay this bill now. And so it's like all downhill from there.
So what do you guys think on men with low sex drive? Because I got a woman that commented and said, some guys have a low sex drive, and it was a problem after a while.
Low testosterone.
Could be low testosterone, right? We can talk about that.
That's cause of sex drive.
Yeah.
So he just needs to work out and have a healthier diet.
So I mean, with age too, that diminishes a bit.
So do you think
it diminishes a bit, but
do you think
you continue to work out and eat healthy, it won't diminish. Like they've linked ED with it's more mental than it is actual physical. Wow. Yeah, it actually is more mental than physical. Now when you get way up in the age like 70s and 80s, it's not gonna really, because your mind's not even there anyway. But like a lot of men starting to see it in their like 30s to 40s and 50s, but it was more of a mental stagnation than anything.
But do you honestly
think that?
Yeah. Do you honestly think that sex drive, like sex, is like the most important part of the factor? If that can diminish a relationship because of low sex drive,
for me, it's kind of how I know my partner and how she's feeling
sexually
and what she's thinking. Because for me, sex is like actually knowing that person's heart and mind and soul. As cheesy and corny as that will sound, that's it for me.
So
I think when you're a teenager, sex is about getting it in pleasure, just pure pleasure when you're a teenager and young male. But I think when you're in an actual relationship, what I think a lot of women don't understand about men is we express our emotions a lot through sex. Now it does depend on the man, actually, honestly, but a lot of the times that's if a man can't express his emotions verbally through his woman, then his next step would be through affection, compassion, and sex. And if a woman starts to use that as a weapon or a bargaining chip, then it's gonna start fucking with his way of expressing emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think yeah.
To some women, I've actually seen that they feel it's toxic like that, though.
Yeah, but to me again, it goes back to if they're actually getting pleasure out of it.
Yeah.
Because if they're not really getting pleasure out, because I had two girlfriends that never had orgasms until we got together, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying that dudes didn't give a shit. Those dudes really did not give a shit. They just went in there for themselves, and they bounced out. And so for like I think 4.5 years from those two dudes, she just never had an orgasm without doing it herself. And and doing it yourself and being in a relationship, it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
why are you in a relationship?
Is gone. Yeah, a big chunk of it's gone.
Exactly.
So, she had all kinds of hangups when she got with me that I had to I had to be a fucking therapist, which a lot of times most dudes have to be a therapist and, banker and all kinds of shit for these girls, man. But it gave me more education into what goes on the flip side, So it's like, there's a lot of dudes out there that just don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? They're just there and they're taking up a lot of space. And
yeah,
I think it's that mentality of them not really giving a fuck is appeasing to some girls. And so they get some girls and these girls get used to that shit.
Yeah. I mean, they can obviously get really used to that because that lifestyle.
Dude, yeah. It's kind of fucked up because you think about it, like, because I've been thinking about the perspectives and the switches, So like, if a girl she dates like 3 dudes in a row, right, or 4 dudes in a row in a span of like 5 years, and they all treat her kind of like shit, and they only have sex with her to bust one, and they take money from her, and they do all these fucked up things to her, right? And then she finally gets with a dude, right? And then a lot of people are always like, well, man, she got this nice dude, and then she like treat him like shit. I think it's because she looks back at her past and she's like, all these other dudes treating me this way. So why is this dude treating me better?
Yeah.
And he's trying to get the same thing. This dude, which is fucked up. So the new dude is the fucked up weird one. Because he's doing shit that these dudes didn't have to do. And it's really messed up with the nice guy because he doesn't understand that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a clusterfuck, man. And so you have all these girls who've been through that and they just don't know how to understand being treated well. Yeah. So,
and then the crazy thing is too, that some of them I've talked to that were in their mid to early 20s said they had never been on a real date. Like nobody's ever taken them out to dinner, a movie, drinks, paid. They just said, oh, we just knocked it out and that was it. I was just like, what the
They hang
fuck?
out nowadays. It's just a hangout. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
Let's hang out.
Man.
I hear all the time, let's hang out. And it's like, what the fuck does hang out mean? Like, what that's such a vague, like, what does hang out mean?
Especially in these times. Like, we don't know what that is.
Well, I get a lot of chicks, like young chicks telling me and shit, that like dudes just don't know how to like take the lead.
That's bad.
Like they'll like you know what I'm saying? True. They'll text them and shit and like what you want to do? And it's like, man, what the fuck? Like
playing something.
Like, damn, dude, playing some shit. That's like that. They think women love that shit. They think that's so attractive when you got that shit planned out and you do this shit like that. Like, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. You know?
Okay, and they'll go. Right?
Yeah, like the whole thing. Like I see a lot of people making jokes about it and shit. Like, yeah, when you ask a girl what she gonna eat, dude, I will ask you 2 places. If you don't have that, then we're going to the third place is my choice. You can either get something where my choice is at, or you just don't fucking eat.
Yeah,
because I've asked you twice.
It's
true.
I'm
not gonna keep asking you.
I hate that, man. Like,
that's like a child, asking a child. It's like, fuck that, man.
The one that gets me the most is when they ask me, I'm like, oh, look, I'm gonna go here. Oh, I don't want that place. Okay, this place. I don't want that place. It's like, man,
fucking, I'm going to this place.
Well, you go figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah, you want to figure out what you can DoorDash that shit while I'm eating my shit. I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying?
That's like
Hello?
Damn.
Yeah, let's go. Come on. Come
Cold
on.
game, man. Cold
nah,
game.
like girls, like man, if you think about like ask pillow talk is the best time to ask girls real questions to get real answers. And I've gotten some real answers. Like the girls, it turns them on and makes them a tiny bit wet when you check them. When it's warranted, when it's a real check. Like when they're in their emotions and they're acting a little bit fucked up and they know they're acting a little crazy and you check them, man, they love that shit. Weird, but it's true.
That's true. No, you're right. You're right.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, that's definitely that's some real shit, man. That's always like having you all mouth among you be saying some realest shit, man, and you some real adults and grown conversations. You know what I'm saying? Right? We kind of lack that sometimes in certain episodes.
Well,
I know, right?
One thing I will say with insecurities and just relationships in general, a lot of people nowadays are afraid to be alone. They're afraid to. They think that this is it for them, and they just settle for whatever. I'll keep it 100 with you. My last relationship, I did that, and I was just like, this is probably it. This is probably what a relationship's supposed to be. And it took me a long time to come to my senses and be like, yo, this ain't it.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are lonely and they don't want to be alone because they don't want to be left alone with their own thoughts, because sometimes it can be dark and dangerous because you're holding
It's a
stuff
scary
back.
thing.
And that's due to not being truly self-aware. Now, what I mean by truly self-aware is, now I can give you my method and how I destroyed my insecurities. I can't say that it'll work for everybody, but I did it twice. Once was when I didn't want to stop smoking weed, because when I smoked weed, all of my issues, my insecurities would always come to the forefront. Everything that I was bothered by and worried by would always come to me. And I hated that shit. I hated it because I didn't want to figure those things out. And I liked being in my alone time. You know, I'm an artist. I can write, draw, all that shit, right? And I like to smoke weed and listen to music and draw. It was beautiful to me, but I would always have to worry about that first 40 minutes of worrying about my insecurities and my bullshit and my hangups. And I was like, man, I hate this shit, but I don't want to stop. And so I can't remember where I got the idea, but so the next time I smoked, the problems that came up, I wrote them down. And I let the 40 minutes go through and me freak out about it. And when I came down off my high, I looked at all the problems and I started to go from one problem, and I looked into why it bothered me, why I do this, why do I react this way because of this, and it goes all the way back to childhood. Sometimes goes back to some certain person or a certain event, and you look at those and you analyze that issue and why it created an insecurity, and you put it in a higher perspective. Higher perspective means you look at it for what it is. You take out all emotion, because emotion connects to memory. Memory connects to, all kinds of crazy shit. So you want to look at it for what it truly is. And once you do that, you take emotions out of it, then you can actually solve the issue. And every time I did that, I felt a little bit better each day. And I started doing that more and more and more and more until now, when I smoke, nothing. Every time I have an issue or an insecurity or anything pops up, I deal with it because I don't like to feel that way.
The other thing too is people don't know how to be accountable for their insecurities and their whatever trauma they have. They don't know how to accept that this is a problem and maybe I need to seek help about it, or maybe I need to reach out to somebody.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a lot of people, myself included, I wanted to blame somebody for it. But those people aren't around. Those people aren't continually doing it. So how can you really blame them for it? Even if they did something at one point, unless they continue doing that same thing and create that insecurity, then it's in the past. And we all know that we make up so much percentage of our own memories anyway.
Yeah.
So the past is basically imaginary, right? It's not tangent anymore. So you can't really base anything off that anymore. And that's what I thought. Is like, I can't base anything off of that anymore. Like if it was a child issue that created an insecurity in my adulthood, I was a child. I had no control over it. That's the adults that had that or whatever. So I can't rely on that. I can only rely on myself to get through that insecurity. and you have to just write it all down and figure out what caused it, and find your own solution through your own personal ways of doing that.
Yeah.
And you'll get through that. And don't ever listen to people how they say, oh, it takes so much time, or it takes years of practice, or it takes this much of practice. Nobody ever knows. Again, J.R. Krishnamurti said, again, I love quoting him, is that once you understand the issue and the problem, then you're responsible. That means you're responsible for it. Once you become responsible for it, you can basically get over it within moments once you truly understand it. And then, like, going back to what you were saying, once you truly understand something, then you're fully aware and self-aware, and those issues won't really bother you. And then once you get in that and you have that confidence within yourself, and you start meeting people and you start dating girls and stuff, you'll have a higher standard. You won't give a fuck if she's pretty and she might have a nice ass or whatever. You won't give a shit about that, because you'll be more concerned about character. I'm more concerned about what she actually brings to the table, because you're more confident now. You're more knowing of who you are. You accept your flaws, and you know that you're trying to be a better person. So fuck what she thinks, because who is she anyway? You just met her. She's a stranger. 2 minutes ago before you met her, she didn't even exist. So who is she really? That's why you shouldn't put anybody on a pedestal, men or women, because it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Time is irrelevant. We can be gone tomorrow, slip down some stairs. So it's better to get over these insecurities as fast and as efficient to your time as you can, because this is your life, man. This is yours and yours alone. Nobody else holds your hand anymore. Nobody's directing your traffic, nothing. So you have to take control of it.
So how many people who are on the chat or anything like that resonated with? I mean, I'm sure I had people who commented and said facts. But I want to know if that truly resonated with some of you guys, or if you guys felt the same way. I mean, at some point, we all kind of had those ideals in our head, when we had those mind, and our mind are talking us insanely, and we do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? But those kind of things kind of resonate with a lot of people. Hopefully it did. Hopefully it resonated with some of y'all, because that's some real shit. Because I'm probably gonna put this on the highlight reel or some shit. I gotta find out when you said it. But that's the hard part. Finding out when you said it. I'm looking at the time. Okay, it's 9:40. Okay, all right. Let me try to figure out how I can put this in my episode topic. But no, man. Like, I know we typically come on here, we talk some crazy shit, but sometimes we kind of have some shit that does resonate with a lot of people. Hopefully it does. Let me know.
I mean, thing that I try to keep up with, even with the things I suffer with, and it's kind of the thing I say is, you control the issue doesn't control you. And I think that needs to kind of sit with a lot of people with different, whatever they suffer with.
Yeah, no. Like,
go ahead.
I have friends who have like physical issues, not deformity or anything like that, but now they're getting up to the age. So, like some of them have like knee problems and stuff like that. I do have a friend who have osteoporosis, degenerative crap. But she's a girl and she's young. She's
I got it
about
too.
Turn 30. Do you? Okay, she's just about to turn 30. So she has a lot of back pain. And she had a really good relationship at one point, but it started to go sour because for a span of like, I don't know how many months, she couldn't have sex because it hurt her back. And, I joked around. I was like, why don't you just lay on your back? And she said that's even worse because, even the motion, it just hurts. And she said, it doesn't matter about the pleasure and stuff like that. And, not to get too detailed, but he would go down on her and that's great. But the moment she'd have an orgasm, it would hurt because it goes throughout their whole body. You know what I'm saying? So it was a real big problem. And he wasn't patient or supportive enough. So he bounced.
Man.
He didn't cheat on her, but he bounced. And I think that was kind of worse of him just bouncing instead of just cheating on her. Because then that could have been portrayed as, because of the sex. But him just leaving showed that he didn't have any support whatsoever. And she was depressed, man. And we used to talk a lot. And I helped her get through some dark times with it. And, she just had to come basically She had to get comfortable within her own skin about the situation, understand what it is, knowing that it's not really going anywhere, but there are things that, diets and certain yogas and stuff like that she can do to strengthen that and to do anything like that. But I said, if you can come confident in that and what you're going through, then you won't feel insecure. Yeah, own it. You won't feel secure when you actually get to that point when somebody's talking in a relationship, And I told her, I was like, don't set anything on stone when you meet someone. Look at it as an experience, because if you do that, you won't be surprised when somebody's just like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that. Because there's not a lot of strong people out there. It has nothing to do with you as a character, as a person. And I'm telling you this, it doesn't have anything to do with you as a person or who you are in your character. It's that they don't have the strength to handle that. And what I told her is, you have to look at that as a elimination process. You need that bitch anyway. If she can't handle that, then fuck her. Because that means if you guys have children and her child gets really sick, she's not going to be there to be too much of a support. She's going to lean on you, and then you're going to have all this, and that's not good. So that's a good elimination process, especially once you become more confident and own it and understand, and just, because when you do that and when you have that confidence and they're asking about it and asking questions, you just come across confident about like, yeah, this and this and that. So I have to do this and do that. And it shows that you're adversity to struggle. And that's again, that's attractive. That is attractive because that's risk taking.
Yeah.
And honestly,
you got
to.
Life is risk.
Yeah. Yeah, I think someone mentioned, I think it was the Red Pill. He mentioned something about people who go for risk takers. Women with stability or someone with stability, you should go for the people who are risk takers. Vice versa, the risk takers go for people for more stability. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's true, but in the sense and the essence, I think that's goes back down to the essence of it doesn't matter what they look like, it's what they've done, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, knowing that someone couldn't be patient with them, because I know we joke around and we talk about the sex thing, her back, we say jokes about like someone's back getting thrown out and shit and they can't, but it's like, it's very unfortunate, man, because like if the person truly had love for her, he wouldn't do that. He'd be like, you know what, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? He'd wait. He'd be like, it's good. You don't even trip.
Honestly, Alpha Monk, what you said actually really resonated with me. So, I appreciate you saying that, because, last relationship, that's kind of like the struggles I had, honestly.
He said, okay, man, let me rephrase that. Risk takers, but not reckless. Big difference. My bad. Yeah, there's a big difference between the two. Thank you, Katie, for letting me know, because that is, I forgot to, let me put that out there. What's up? Thanks, Mrs. Ordinary, for the host. But yeah, man, I got a lot of people commenting on the YouTube. But yeah, man, I don't know what they're saying. It's hard to catch everything.
You're not keeping track?
I'm keeping track, man. Look what I'm doing, man. Come on. Come on. All right, yeah, I'm trying. I'm like trying to look at it and listen to you guys and try to. You need a statistic person and you need a comment tracker person. You got a whole team. I need it all. Man, yeah. I am hiring. I look at people who are interns. Who want interns? Yeah, please let me know.
Hot 20-year-old interns.
Yeah, I would love for someone young who's hip, who knows how Instagram works and how the algorithms work. Just if y'all know somebody, let me know. If you guys are in the comments, I'm hiring interns, man. We trying to make this big.
You gotta be above a 7.
All right.
You ask her what her number is, and she say 7. She ain't lying.
She could be. I mean, she could not look good, and she could like. It don't matter as long as she gets the job done. I don't care if she look good.
She gotta look good.
You know what I mean? Like even if she didn't look good, she'd be in the background. She'd be like, she'd be the Jamie that no one ever sees. Like just like, who's that? You know what I mean? It's all good. It don't matter.
She can be our fact checker. Yeah, our fact checker. You know
I'm hiring. I'm hiring y'all. Like I am. Like, if we make this big, it's gonna be a big payout. So I know we're gonna do it. We're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? Like my TikTok is still blowing up with that last topic with Leland and Markel. Shit was about. It's got 100K.
That was like a year ago, wasn't it?
No, it's about 3 weeks ago. It's got 100K views. It's got people who are still commenting about like 5,000 comments. It was And probably that's probably how someone found me on the YouTube. I got over 100 subscribers now. I hit my 100 mark of subscribers on YouTube from like 35 to like 100, 200 something subscribers. So it grew like exponentially from last time. But yeah, it was about what makes a man a man. Remember that part? You were there. You were the alpha monk.
Was I in that one?
Leland, she said, "Were you?" I don't know if you were there. I know Kylie was there and Shirley was there.
Wait, but wasn't that like
that was last year?
Years ago, though.
That was
last year. Okay,
that was last year.
Yeah, I wasn't out. Yeah,
it was last year, and it was about.
I
mean, I want to revisit that topic and have people on there.
That was a crazy live, man. That was a crazy live. She just came in coming in hot.
She was asking for way too much when she was giving way too little. Man.
Yeah, so dudes on there just comment on there. It's like she don't know nothing, and then like you got the masculine men on there talking shit, and you got the feminine women like this is not right. This is not how all women are. Da, da, da. Dudes are just cross talking each other, and it's still going on. I made like 2 videos after this. After the episode, no one cares. I'm like, hey man, let me talk about some real other shit. Yeah. The next video I did was with you and Aunt Shirley talking about preference and color, and she said you were racist.
Oh,
so that was like,
yeah, we were going at it. That's
so that was the one people are still commenting on too. They're still like a little triggered by it. So, yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for the love. Thanks for the congrats. Yes. This is the content when it's all dudes in the chat.
Who said that?
Katie, my homegirl, Katie.
Oh.
I knew she knew me since I was growing up, so she's, you know what I mean.
All right on.
Yeah, I know. I do need her on here. We need to get Leland back on here, but she don't want to. I don't know if maybe she felt some type of way about the TikToks. I told her it was on there, so maybe she felt some type of way. I don't know. I'd love to have her on again. I still message her every now and then, but come on. But yeah, so that's just a little update. I'm sorry, I got a little sidetracked, man. My bad. I was just
it's all good.
Still showing up on my
we always do, man. It's all good.
It's still showing up in notifications. Like, damn, motherfuckers still comment on that shit. So yeah, it's up there, man. Now it's in the algorithm step, man. So
right on.
But yeah, I'm gonna just keep doing that shit. I'm not sure. Well, how much time we got? We got like a couple more minutes. We can wrap things up, I guess. Yeah. We can wrap things up if you guys want. She said, "Okay, I see you, fresh cut. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You see it. Come on.
I was gonna come in with the fresh cut.
Come on, look at the beard too. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, things happen.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I got myself lined up. Gotta look nice for y'all.
How long were you, Danish? How long were you with the your ex?
A year.
A year.
Yeah.
White girl?
Pakistani.
Pakistan.
Yeah. She so not to put too much out there, but she told me after 4 months that illnesses triggered her. So that's when it was a little tough go. Triggered
her how? Not like
I don't want to put too much of the tea out there, but it was she had some bad experiences, and I guess just getting another a significant other that had an illness, it was difficult for her a little bit.
I understand. That makes sense.
Yeah, I can't remember last time I had a girlfriend. So I mean, this is new news to me, man. I'm learning.
Yeah. I mean, now it's just more of just, figuring out what's next and becoming a better man.
Yeah, I mean, they usually, again, like if it's like, to me, it's kind of like when you're looking for something, you never find it, but then when you just minding your own business and doing and having fun, you always come upon it, right? So it's like, if you just focus on yourself and try to do the best that you can with what you have, and just have fun with it, man, then like you'll see, like it's weird that people need to have a relationship or have a significant other in order to feel whole. I think it should be the other way around. I think you should try to feel whole first, and then find a significant other, because that way, if you're let down, or you're done wrong, or you just don't find anything, you're still good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're not really searching for this. So when I hear people like, oh, I just feel like this void and I need a relationship. I need to fall in love. And it's like, you don't really even know what love is because I don't
Mm,
think you even love yourself for how you're
mm,
treating yourself. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? A lot of people really want to dictate the health of their lover, like, oh, baby, you shouldn't eat that. You shouldn't do this. And it's like, well, you should be doing that yourself as well. You should always be doing that. You should always
right.
worry about what you put in your body and how you're treating your body. And you should always worry about your mind and learning more things and focusing on what you really love, no matter if it's giving you money at the moment or not. Just focus on
Right.
that stuff. And the right woman will see that determination, that focus, and she'll just see an aspect of you doing something because you're in the middle of it and you're not focused on if somebody's watching you or you're not focused on all these girls walking
Yeah.
around, and she'll see that and give you the opportunity to either approach or she might approach. But I think it's
Exactly.
better that way because again, like I said, if you're just go back to the experience thing. If you're not expecting something to happen and something great happens, it's even better than you expecting it to happen and it happens. Right. So like if you're expecting to fall in love with a girl, you're expecting you guys to fall in love, and then she finally tells you 3 months later she's in love, you're happy, but if you never expected it, you weren't looking for it. And
Oof.
then one day she told you,
Mm,
that whole fucking experience would be beautiful because it came out of nowhere. And
mhm,
you will remember that so much. And that moment might even push you further into falling in love with her. So
mm,
I think it's better to go through experience because that's all it is. That's all life is, anyways. Fucking experiences. It's not anything set in stone. Nobody's true plan has ever been 100% accurate to where they wrote it down. It's always different. It's always another way. So that's why they say, like, even when when I got into screenwriting, a lot of the people who made it was like, well, I never really listened to anybody else. I just did it the way I thought should do it, and I became like, there's this black dude who I always go to when I start to feel down. He was like, man, he knew a guy who went to high school who wrote a screenplay and he got a couple 100,000. He was like, damn. So he was like, I'm gonna do that. So he went home and he torrented, downloaded a program that sets up the screenplay. And he thought about a story. He wrote down the outline. He said it for 13 days. He worked on that shit. Wrote one. He wrote two of them like another month, and then he sent it out to some people and sold that bitch.
and
Didn't look up
and
anything else or anything. Just
yeah,
learned it
and that's
and boom.
that's kind of like where I'm at. I'm just like I'm trying to be the best version of myself, and eventually, something will happen from that.
Now, not to
Yeah.
I'm looking at the comments. People are agreeing with you guys. Not to sound like I'm the downer of everything. Well, let me comment. So let me read the comments first. Yes,
Mhm.
everyone stop looking. It'll happen. Forced and non-organic connections are the worst. Exactly. Be whole by yourself first. But what is the feeling whole? Sometimes people have it all, but a partner. That's a good question. Now, when you're working on yourself, I do believe the right person will come along. That's what happened to me. I found my wife and I wasn't looking. Now, there's a situation. Okay, I agree that finding the right person, if you don't look right, you find the right person. You focus on yourself. There's people who fully focus on themselves, which to the point where they're just like so xed out from everyone else or in a relationship. Those people in your
Well, I
family or
mean,
who's got super success, got to this level,
yeah,
and was okay
yeah,
without a partner. So is
right.
there a fine line of
I mean, well, there's hyper exceptions in everything, right? There's people who do, like, I've dated a ballerina before, and that was one of the. She was very pretty, but it was hard to get that girl anywhere because ballerinas are hyper focused because they have to be. They only have amount of time where they're really good and they can make it famous or they can make it successful, and then that's it. Once you're like 27, 28, you either teach or you get the fuck out. So, we were like 22. So she was hyper focused on that. So she didn't care about that. And, now she's in a love relationship. She has a kid and all that shit. So it, and as going back to the feeling whole thing is when you've reached, well, how can I say it? Like when you focusing on yourself, you're worrying about your physical, your mental, and your pockets, right? And your spiritual, let's say that. And so if you can get to a point where you're confident in all of those things and you're still willing and have the opportunity to learn more, but you're at a point where your focus is really good, you have a regiment. You're not doing shit to fuck you up. You're not making wrong decisions, but you're in a good place where you wake up every morning and you're happy with your life and how it's going. You know that you can get more and you have the opportunity to do more, but you're at a good place. You're not really focusing on insecurities anymore. You vanquish them bitches and you're just working on what you want to do for the rest of your life. And once you get there, I think that's when you kind of feel whole. And I don't believe in God or anything like that, but I do believe in, like, if you like it, it's kind of like when you set yourself up, it's like the universe will start to put certain things that you subconsciously want, because you whatever you focus on throughout the whole day, you start to create, you start to manifest. You put all your energy into it. And so if you're confident in all those areas and you're moving forward and you're just thinking about positive things in your life, and you're giving back and shit like that, because it's really important to give back and to be a positive role model in your own life and in other people's life, shit like that. And once you're doing that, you'll feel whole. And the right woman with that same type of energy will get into your pathway. And it just, it happens all the time, but it's what you're putting out there. And if you have a fear of it never going to happen, then that fear, it might get bigger and bigger. And you put more and more, you start feeding it more and more and more. And that's the only motherfucking thing that's going to be, in your way. It's just never going to meet anybody, or you will meet people, but you'll fuck it up somehow through insecurities, or you might just meet the wrong people. So I don't know. That's how I see it.
I feel that, man.
So yeah, Mr. Carter Speaks. Actually, I got to put him on his episode. I told him a couple times I was going to put him on an episode. I totally forgot. My bad, Mr. Carter. The key is to find someone, exactly what you kind of said too as well, Alpha Monk. The key is to find someone who's on the same rhythm as you. Now I'll pass a line even if you like a person. So it's kind of on that same. He created the universe. Yeah, he said. Someone said, because you said you didn't believe in God. He said, "Isn't God the universe?" It's just people comments.
I ain't get into that.
You already know.
I ain't get into that, boss. Yeah.
Carter definitely.
We disagree on that one.
Everyone has, we that's a different conversation.
That's just beliefs.
Totally different podcast, man.
You gotta question people's beliefs. Jesus.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I agree with that situation, that scenario. Like you said, someone commented, I think they said even good looks can diminish over time. It's not even about that at some point. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who commented on that. Somewhere I read it through, but that's something that kind of made sense to me as well. Matter of fact, I don't even know what this topic's about anymore. We talk about insecurities. I guess we kind of go into different things. I created a topic. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to, you know what I mean? We're kind of recirculating back to that.
Yeah.
But
that's cool.
we tried to.
I think we covered trust issues and insecurities pretty good.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
we did.
Everything we talked about had those ingredients in it.
We're not talking about toxic masculinity or some shit. Not today. Not today. Maybe next episode.
Oh man.
We haven't gotten to that yet. We haven't gotten to that. And
that's gonna be an episode, man.
This is the man cave.
People gonna be triggered.
I had girls asking me to, not asking, but bring an idea of them putting him on the episode. Are you sure you want to come on here? These men are kind of brutal.
We're gonna be real about it. So they can get on here if they want to. But
I'm gonna get my popcorn out and just watch y'all go at it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gotta have thick skin. Y'all women gotta have thick skin to come on here. To be honest, man, I apologize, but us men are very straightforward, and we may hurt your feelings or not, but we still gonna say it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the universe doesn't like when you're indecisive. If you're insecure and don't know what you want or don't believe you can have it, it cancels out your manifestation.
100%. It's cross purposes. So so let's say what he was saying was, if you want to manifest a girl, a good job, you're manifesting all the outcomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the most important thing is falling in love through the process, falling in love with the process. That's the most important thing. Don't worry about the outcome, because your vision of the outcome could be totally different. it's going to be different because you haven't had the outcome, right? Again, goes back to don't set anything in stone. Just look at it through experience. But what he's saying was when you do that and you want to manifest these things, but you're insecure and you're doubtful, you're self-doubtful, you're not putting out that energy. You're just putting out the energy that I can't do it. And so you're just going to repeat that shit over and over and over and over and over. So that's why you have to be truly honest with yourself. You have to be, personally aware of who you are, what your flaws are, what your qualities are, and all that shit. So that right there will help you manifest things.
I'm sorry.
Sure.
Someone said it wasn't a he. Why he assuming? I agree with you.
Oh, my bad.
She took exactly what you just said. Wow. He said, that's how I could do this. Says it. I was going to say something. I was like, hopefully no one says anything. I'm sure they probably,
Oh, man.
My bad. I meant
he was thinking in his head like,
Maybe it was a guy. I don't know. I thought you said it was all guys in the comment section.
No, it's mostly. I mean, only like a few fellas in here. The one who's kind of talking the most is Mr. Carter, but the rest are all women.
Oh, okay, good. My bad. I meant, if I knew it was a girl, I would have said she meant. But yeah, you were correct.
I didn't even say it. My bad. It's my fault. I didn't even say she. So I didn't say it. Yeah, just blame it on me. Oh man, I wasn't thinking about that.
But yeah, she was right. She is right.
She said I was thinking about that, but no worries. I'm glad no one took it offense. I'm glad we checked that off. My bad.
Trying to cancel me or no?
Yeah, hey. You know what I'm saying? We're trying not to. I'm trying not to, man.
Get one of those videos. Is this you? Is this you?
Like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I gotta talk to my boss about this.
Lose your job. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
Man. That's how strong cancel culture can. You can lose your job, man. Just with a post you do on TikTok, man.
Real fast. Crazy shit. Yeah.
Like, we don't support someone. If you did something so foul, it got like global.
They'll find you. They're going Facebook, find your address, your high school picture, all kinds of shit. Damn.
Yeah. Like, is that you?
You got that man? You got that man? You got to look up like 2 hours of info on me. You got that man? Like, hey, get that background check.
Scanned you.
You got that man? Yeah.
Going in here, going to the database, trying
to look at the man. I must have pitched a nerve. So.
So we try to be as
nerves and be pissing them off, man.
I ain't trying to get canceled. I'm just trying to keep understanding.
I'm just trying to explain myself. It's an opinion. Just a fucking opinion.
Explain.
I like to go against the odds, but not too much where I get canceled. You know what I'm saying? So
man, when an opinion is turned into bullets and shit.
Yeah,
calm down.
Depends on your influence and how strong your influence can be. It's crazy.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like just
crazy. Comedy.
Yeah, it's facts. See, that's why I had to make my IG private and screen friends requests. Oh shit.
Why?
See, G, you're like Gigi, you're pretty famous. I'm not famous, but yeah, you up there. I can see it. You're on TV a lot. I'm not even knocking that. So I guess you can.
You got celebrities on here, Dante?
I mean, I think so. I see her on a couple of TMZ stuff, man. TMZ shows episodes. She gets interviewed on there a few times. So
I'm sorry, I don't know who she is. What is her name?
Gigi. She was on here before.
Gigi.
Yeah, she was on here. You might have been in. It was on the post episode. I don't know if you were in the post episode.
I probably was.
He said, no, I'm not famous. Huh?
Speaking of, are you doing a post?
Shall we?
I won't be on that one. Yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying, man. We got people leaving out of here. I like the post episodes. Depends how juicy we get the first episode in. I'm like, we gotta continue. Right now, I think it's chill. Like, I don't think anyone.
Yeah, it was chill. We touched on some real subjects and shit, so it was like more of a calm demeanor.
He said, speaking into existence. That's what I'm saying. You are famous. She said, no, I'm not famous. You are. To me. Speaking into existence. Let go. Oh.
Your button didn't work.
No.
Dante, you broke it.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. What happened here? Oh. It did.
Oh, Dante, what happened?
It's gone. Shit. Man. What'd you do, man? Okay. No? Well, guess it don't work. Well, that's the episode, I guess, guys. My horn doesn't work. Well, anyways, guys, I don't know what else to say. You guys, anything else you want to add on to this episode? Yeah, there we go.
I would say to Danish, don't date outside your race, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna do you a lot of good, man. It's gonna do you a lot of good.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
I honestly, and if there are any brown people watching, I don't care if I hurt your feelings right now. You gotta, yeah, we gotta change that narrative a little bit.
Man, big time. Yeah, they missing out. I used to tell her friends all the time, like, y'all missing out on a lot of fun and experiences. Because
So, you want to know the funny thing is that was the first Pakistani girl I ever dated. Before her, it was actually all black women.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, I see you. All right, I see you, Donish. Okay, okay. Liking them sisters out there, man. Okay. Shout out to black women out there, man. You know what I'm saying? The sisters. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking that. He said that's his last though. He said I ain't but he said, "Oh, let me go try to find something else."
I mean, yeah, it was yeah. We're not gonna get into that. We gotta do that off camera.
I understand dating outside the race, but what's his race? They look
Pakistani,
racially,
Indian, and Thai.
They look racially ambiguous. Okay, what do you say?
I said Pakistani, Indian, and Thai.
See, y'all hear it? Exotic, y'all. I'm trying.
Hey, this beard comes nice with it for a reason, man. I'm just saying.
Beard gang. I just put hashtag beard gang, man. You know what I'm saying? You won the last competition. You know what I'm saying? We gotta. I got my shit bearded up, so you know I might win.
I ain't really growing one anymore. I always trim it. So
you do? You still get up tone? Not to get off topic, but
nah. That he told me last time I got his haircut, he said he was thinking about doing like some what did he say?
Real estate, man.
God, what it was? No, it wasn't real estate. It was like
stocks,
like air conditioning or some shit like that.
Oh, he's going to technical. Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's cool. So I get my haircut by this chick. Well, you already know. I told you.
Oh yeah, so. You did. My bad. Okay,
yeah,
all right. You don't need to say no more.
She's too cute. So
you don't need to say no more. Yeah, I hear you. I remembered.
Yeah.
Now since it hit my memory, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I still go to her, so I thought it was gonna be an issue, but she's like, it's all good. It's cool.
Okay. Well, did anybody have anything else you guys want to say? Gigi, we definitely do need to have another episode of interracial dating. I'm down, open to it. Having another series of it. You can join in if you want, Gigi. If you guys want to join in, let me know.
Yeah.
I give you guys a fair warning that we are kind of dicks sometimes, but we try not to be. But
and Shirley on here too,
and Shirley, yeah, we're doing a little part 2 of it. I'm down to do a couple episodes again. I love the content. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything else to say before we wrap things up here. No, y'all quiet. Okay,
no questions, no ask questions.
Huh? No, we just silent out here.
Did anyone?
What's up, B-boy Morris?
When they asked what the race part was there a response to that?
There was no response to it.
Just checking. I was like, hope I didn't hurt nobody's feelings with that. But
I mean,
I had to say it.
Who really does get? I mean, I don't know, man. I seem like on the TikTok when I posted that, a lot of black women said more shit than anything else. I mean, based on what we just said of the whole situation of darker skin.
Like, unfortunately, they have it. Like, they have data showing that black women are the last to be chosen on dating sites, and 80% of black men date black women. So, in black women, they typically don't date outside of their race. They stick to black men. So it's like it and then like if they come across, like I used to only get hate back home in Wichita because light skins are very rare when I was growing up. But here they don't really care. Sometimes I'll get a dirty look from with a white girl or something like that. I'll get like a or sucking their lips or some shit like that. But most of the time they don't really care. Yeah, because they just don't. But in some cases, they will. But it's not that big of a deal anymore, really. I think You'll still get looks. I still get looks from white people though if I'm with a white girl, which is weird.
Oh man, the looks I would get being with a black woman was just like I didn't get it.
No shit, huh? That's interesting.
I mean, yeah.
Because I never cared. I never, even when I dated black women, I didn't care if they dated another race. I was just like, huh, all right, fair enough. So,
I mean, like obviously, I didn't care that they were looking, but the simple fact that I got those looks, I was just like, I mean,
oh, yeah, you probably thought because I'm brown too. Shit.
yeah.
Nah, if you ain't black, yeah. If she's pretty, then yeah, you gonna get some like, what the fuck? Like,
it's like, damn, let me pull up.
Our shit. Yeah, like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, I got some of my friends who weren't black who dated very attractive black women, just very beautiful, like just like, man, like I'm like, yo, and I don't hate.
Kind of mad.
I mean,
why do you get a little mad?
No, I mean, I don't. I mean, at some point, maybe like I'm not her type. Like I'm just not. I'm not saying like she doesn't date like black men. It's just maybe mentally, maybe I'm not her. There's certain things that it might not just be about my race. I don't think she cared. The women that they dated didn't care about what race you are. And I think
I get more upset on the fact of where the fuck do we find her. Really
I know, right? Shit. I ask them. Really, I'm like, where do you find them?
They're not ratchet and shit. I'm like, what the fuck did you find her? Oh yeah, she works in our accounting. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, well, I never fucking meet her there. What the fuck, bro? Like
my exes were from the South. That was the funny thing. I've never dated a Bay Area black woman. I've only dated Southern black women, and I don't know, for them, seeing a Pakistani guy was different. So that's what attracted them to me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, South and Midwest.
See, so someone commented and said, "Well, when I've been on dates with other races, black men have literally made inappropriate comments. Even when I'm with my white guy friends, I get a little disrespectful." He found her in the suburbs.
Dog, and he was like, "Whoa!"
Right? And, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't knock it. I'm like, that's what's up, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
it's good to see, man. Like I don't go in there. Oh man, why she with that white boy? Like I'm not like that. I
wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without mixing. So I'm all for it.
Hey, shout out to the women in the South. Yeah, I know, Gigi. Yeah, you from the South, sorta, Texas. Yeah, so we get it. It's the same thing.
South, yeah.
Hey, Texas women. Whoo, wow.
Man,
don't even get me started
with a Q.
Don't even get me
even
started.
The white ones.
This Texas women.
Man. Texas and Atlanta, man.
Yeah, man. What are we doing? What are we doing, man?
If you want a really beautiful, thick white girl, Savannah, Georgia. They got some gorgeous women now.
I mean, that's true. He said boo.
Who said boo?
Irrelevant concierge, you dated a man from Texas. Don't even give me crap. You dated a black man from Texas. Don't act like you. Don't act like you any different. don't talk shit. You a California woman dating Texas people too. Come on.
I've actually never dated a white woman. They just don't like.
Don't fuck your bone. Really?
You said I'm missing out.
No.
He's corrupting your mind. He's doing it. He's manipulating.
I was like, whoa. All right.
My little brother is the one who was always with white girls, and I used to clown his ass. I was like, I can't see myself doing it. But again, I go through phases. I've dated so many different ethnicities throughout my dating life, and I love just dating different things. And I haven't dated a white girl. I'm in my late 30s. I haven't dated a white girl since I was 19. So it's like I want to date a white girl again. I just want to date one again. It doesn't mean, like, again, I go back to think. I don't set shit in stone. So to me, it's not a big deal. I'm not looking at it as I want a white girl to settle down with and have kids. No, I just want a white girl to date her and see what his experience is. Something happens. It doesn't. I don't give a fuck. Just keep moving. So it's like, that's how I see it. Like, people are so afraid of dying alone. It's like, bitch, you're going to die alone anyway. I've been next to 2 deathbeds. And that last couple of minutes, they don't know what's going on. They don't know who's in the room, nothing, because they're going through their own experience. You are not there. And it doesn't matter. You're going to have friends at some point, unless you're just an asshole. So somebody's going to be there anyway. You're never going to be dying alone. And how many kids put their parents in the old people's home anyway? So I don't know where they're getting this fairy tale of you're always gonna be around surrounded by loved ones and shit. I've still never seen that or heard of that shit from any friends or family members or anything. So it's like, to me, it's better as a man. I would say, men, it's better for us to find something we love to do it so well that we get paid for it, work on ourselves until we feel close to perfect. We can never
Facts.
be perfect, but keep
Yeah.
working towards it. Work on your health, your physical, your mind, your spirit. Have as many string of lovers as you possibly can. Fall in love as many times as you possibly can, and
Facts.
go out with a fucking bang, dude. Because like,
Yeah.
I can't see
Life's too
myself.
short.
Man, if this is one ride, because nobody knows, if this is one fucking ride, I cannot see myself strapped in this ride
Mm.
with one woman and the fucking kids we had for the rest of my life, going through all these roller coasters of emotions and problems and situations and stressful moments, deaths, sicknesses, and cheating or whatever, all this shit that you don't really have to go through. You just, live your life and people can come and experience your life. You can have a great time. Because, man, I'm sorry to say, it may sound cynical, but it's like marriage is a crapshoot because it's going to end in one or two ways. Either you guys stick together and you die, one of you die and leave each other alone, or one of you divorce each other or cheat on each other and leave each other alone. That's just how it ends, right? So
Right.
to me, it's like that sounds beautiful in a way, but I don't know. Maybe it's me, but I enjoy my time so much that I'm okay with not having to be strapped or being a marriage for years and years. I'm okay with that, And if I can find a woman who has her own hobbies and her own likes and her own friends, but we can still join and fall in love and shit like that, that's great. But I'm not gonna set my mind to it. I'm gonna set my mind to my own pleasures and vices and my own growth at this moment. And hopefully the right woman or women will come in path and I'll meet them and have experiences and all
Yeah.
that kind of shit. Just keep going until I
Yeah.
pass away.
That's
I
true.
mean, for me, dude, it's I gotta know you're gonna rock with me at my worst, and until I know that, I'm just gonna keep doing me until like I can trust someone enough to do that. I
Yeah.
don't know if that sounds fair or unfair or however it may come off, but it's um,
Well, I think
you know,
typically a woman will support you if she's in love with
Yeah.
you. If she's in love with you, a woman will do a lot of things. I've
So
seen
I got a
women
lot
do a
of
lot of shit.
so a lot of the women on here commented on here, so I'm not missing y'all. I know even
No, you
Gigi
good.
and Irrelevant Concierge Desiree, you guys are both LA as fuck. I don't care what you say. Y'all changed. Y'all both live in LA. Y'all changed. But let me go on with this. Dan, you're not going to die alone anyways. She said you're not going to die alone. As many
Probably
lovers as he possibly can. He for the streets. LOLJK.
not.
See, someone said, I hope you find someone that makes you feel life as an adventure, though. Some people are worth the long ride, but to each their own. Nothing wrong with wanting what you want. Still believe in soulmates. Just yours might be non-conventional. Did you see successful marriages as a child? Think childhood can affect perspectives of adult
Well,
relationships?
hold on, really quick, Dante. There's a difference between a soulmate and being married to someone.
Yeah, very different.
Explain.
Also, well, go ahead, Dennis. You can say.
A soulmate is me personally. I think you can have more than one soulmate, but it's somebody that's just they they become that person that you don't even need to tell what's wrong. They'll kind of just know it just by looking at you, and they know what to do, and just they know every part of you. That's a soulmate to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Like it can be the same sex. It can be a partner that you're in love with. It can be a mentor. A soulmate is somebody you just connect to. Deeply
Yeah.
connected to that you can't really understand what that bond is. And also I'll go back to the thing which you said for the streets. Now, a lot of people have questioned me when I keep saying that, like that string of lovers and stuff. I don't mean fucking and bouncing. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm talking about getting into experiences, no matter how long, 2 months, 3 months, a couple of years, but it's going for the experience and not setting anything in stone. Because you do that, you put too much pressure and anxiety on you for that to come to pass, for it to be the way you want it to be. And when it doesn't do that, it causes all kinds of mental problems, psychological issues, and that stirs up the relationship and fucks it up. So, to me, it's just better to go with the flow and go with an experience. But that doesn't mean taking responsibility or accountability either. It's just, seeing things for what they are.
Shireen said, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, are we making choices out of fear or not? Right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, and why am I out of focus?
I believe that, yeah.
You trying to zoom in on your beard again, man? Come on, man. Dante.
Come on, man. Somebody got, out here. I got to rock it, man. Oh, choices out of fear. That's good. Soulmate's different from a life partner. True. I mean, that's all. Let's talk about that next episode.
And what she said, yeah, I have seen several very successful marriages when I was a lot younger. So these are people who would probably be like in their 60s and 50s and stuff right now. So, some of them are still together, the ones that are alive and stuff. But these are people, they're like our grandparents and stuff. So, but my age, I haven't seen any successful marriages. I've had 4 friends who've gotten married and they're all divorced. Now, some of them are on second marriages.
I've seen that shit all the time.
So it's like, because people are going into marriage for the wrong reasons. They're going into relationships for the wrong reasons. Yeah, so it's
expectations too are
extremely high. Standards are ridiculously high for no reason when you can't find that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I tell a lot of young dudes that I talk to, even my younger brother and stuff. It's like, dude, don't listen to what she says. Just watch her behavior, because I've known so many fucking girls. I've dated so many fucking girls who said they like this type of dude. Then why the fuck are you with me? Or I've known girls who said they like this type of guy. He has to have this, and then they have the opposite fucking dude the next week they date. And it's all in how you make them feel when you're around them. If you make them feel beautiful, you make them feel confident, you make them feel sexy, you make them feel like they're the only ones that you got your eye on in the moment that you're there. You make them laugh. You give them good pleasure when you're fucking them. You're adventurous. You're spontaneous. You don't know what's gonna happen. They don't know what's gonna happen from time to time. You got all that shit going on. It don't matter if you're not 6 foot. It don't matter if you have 6 figures or not. You're still gonna get whatever you need out of that relationship, because she's gonna enjoy that. She's gonna get whatever she needs out of that, because that's what drew her in. So it's like they can say that shit all day, all long. And they can say it all the time. I see so many girls say that shit. Well, I want, he has to make this much money. We have to be on the same table. We have to be on the same level. So I want to make my money and this blah, 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 blah. And it's like, shut up, man. Because you say that all the time, but you contradict yourself constantly.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you're going to meet somebody and he's going to blow your socks off. He ain't going to be none of that shit. And it's like, and that's cool. They can say that, because I don't even listen to it. I'm like, whatever. I don't care. You can say whatever you want, but we'll see. We'll just see. Right. So I think that's a cop out, because a lot of dudes aren't approaching girls because they believe every single girl that's pretty wants those 3 6s. They may want that. It's like it's
hard to approach people nowadays too.
Yeah, but I mean, we all do that. Men want a beautiful girl who's trustworthy, who's not for the streets, who won't cheat on him, who will support him, and all these things. And it's kind of the same shit. It's just not materialistic what we want. Yeah. And we're not gonna find that in 100%. So she might be beautiful, but she might be kind of an attention whore. She might not cheat on you, but she might have dudes buying her shit, hitting her up in the DMs and, shit like that. Or she might have OnlyFans, but she might be loyal to you. So it's like juggle,
So yes. Platonic as well. Also not necessarily LA changed me 33 versus 25. Big difference in perspective. What's up, Penne Goddess? Yikes. Well, life experiences definitely changes perspective. That's why I never say my type. Yes, speaking facts, it's about how someone makes you feel. Soulmates tend to have soul contracts with expiration dates and can be friends, family, or lovers.
Yeah.
Saying some real shit. We gotta put some women on here
Your best
next
friend
episode.
can be a soulmate.
No, we definitely going to. I love to talk about. I don't know what the next episode topic I'm gonna have next week. I don't know. I'm gonna name this because we are talking about some real shit. Soulmates versus lovers. I don't know how I'm gonna word it, but that's probably gonna be the next topic next episode. I know we're gonna probably get so deep into it that we got to make a post episode. And I know that's what we don't try to do. But I'm gonna wrap these up, guys. Like I said, you guys, the women on here, I appreciate you guys coming on with your facts. Just saying a lot of interesting things. Alpha Mug, D Nice. I'm gonna call you D Nice now. D Nice. That's gonna ring the bell now. Ladies, D Nice is single.
I'm nice with it. What can I say? No kidding.
Right on. There you go.
Hold on, guys.
All right, y'all. Take it easy.
All right, y'all. So you guys hear me, right? Okay, cool. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
Take it easy, guys. Till next time. Appreciate you guys coming on. Next topic will be soulmates versus life partners. And you should invite
Sounds good.
Shireen. Yeah, I do. Which one is D Nice? Say hello, D Nice. You gotta say something because it'll show your face.
Wait, what's up?
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, you got up, man. I can't even hear you anymore.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, not the one for the streets. You said the one for the streets or the other one?
Yo.
the other one. But yeah, I appreciate you ladies coming on. I'm gonna definitely outreach to but guys, shoot me a DM because I can't really message you guys after this episode, after my live. So if you guys want to come on, just send me a DM. If you guys got me on there, just send me one and I can we can have that talk. I can put you guys on. Just shoot me one because I can't remember people's names on here, how to spell it out on there. So yeah, I can't.
yeah, we do need some female flavor on here.
We do. We missing that.
Perspective.
We definitely. We missing someone a punching bag. No, I'm just playing. We missing a little punching bag. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I don't want to get canceled. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys coming on, man. Until next time, y'all.
Yeah, sure, man. Anytime.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Later. Let me end this. Let's see. Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. But if you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Bimbo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating coach. I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. It's definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for it, guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on there. For some strange reason, it's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But
that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in, and have enjoy the rest of your day.